Alrighty, so this is another just quick little video explaining how to do the question as you're on your exam. There's not going to be any fancy editing just because I need you guys to understand how to do this problem. So, there's a couple of things, a couple different variations for this question. So you are either going to see one of these guys, which is a straight line cut into two, right? Or you are going to see a 90-degree angle or a right angle. Okay, this is important. If you see this, this is a straight line. A straight line has 180 degrees. This is a right angle, which has 90. Okay, you need to know this because if you get this wrong, you're gonna get your answer wrong, because there's two variations of this question. So you're either going to see this guy or this guy. I'll explain in a second why that's important and where that comes into play. Anyway, so it's asking you, in the figure, measure of angle 1 equals x plus 96 degrees, and measure of angle 2 equals 2x. I know that this can be confusing. I see this a lot. A lot of people are says, why is m less than 1? I know, it's confusing. There's so many math terms. But whenever you see talking about angles and you see this, that says measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 2. Okay, that's what that fancy notation means. I'm sorry. Anyway, so what I need you to know for this is that here, like I said earlier, you have a straight line that's cut into two to make two angles, right? This is angle 1 right here, and then this is angle 2. But this straight line that you have right here equals 180 degrees. Now, if I cut this line into two, it's still going to equal 180 degrees. When I take whatever this is, let's call it x, and when I take whatever that is, and let's call it y, x and y together makes 180 degrees. Okay, so if I call measure of angle 1 x plus 96, and I call measure of angle 2 2x, then that means that x plus 96 and 2x equals 180 degrees. Okay, so it's sort of like a part whole situation where this part and this part equals that whole. Whichever way you need to wrap your brain around this concept, I need you to run with it, because this part and this part together equals the whole. Now, if you have this guy right here, this 90-degree angle, this right angle, it's the same concept. It's just a different number. If I cut this into two, it's not necessarily going to be 45 and 45 and 90 and 90. It's just going to say whatever it is. So whatever they tell you for a measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 2, they'll say, okay, whatever is here, whatever is there together equals 90. If you're having a hard time with this concept, come see me. Anyway, so what we're going to do with this, I'm going to erase this now, is you are going to take that concept that I just explained and you are going to put that into equation, right? So like we said, measure of angle 1 is x plus 96. That is this guy. And then I have measure of angle 2, which is 2x. That added together, so this plus this together equals 180 degrees. Okay, now if you have the right triangle, the right angle, that means that you're going to put 90, and then you're just going to keep going with whatever is there, but that is the only difference between those two questions that you might see. You do not have to put the parentheses, but that's it. Now, remember, it tells you very clearly, make sure you use an equal sign in your answer. So right here, you're writing the equation to find x. So essentially, you're saying this plus this equals 180. That's your equation. So make sure you put that equal there, because I see people all the time that just put this, and they say, okay, what do I do now? Well, of course, you're not going to know what to do because you didn't put the equation. Now, the hard part is done. Now you have to go solve for x. People say, oh gosh, I have to solve for x. So you're going to take that equation and you're going to say x plus 96 plus 2x equals 180. Okay, that's the same thing from here to here. I know someone got lost, so there you go. So you're now going to combine like terms. So essentially you're trying to figure out what x equals. And to do that, you need to solve for everything else. So if I have 2x and x, right, together, that's 3x. And then I rewrite the equation. Okay, so if anybody lost that, I combined these two things and then kept moving. Now I need to move this over. The only way to do that is subtract it from both sides. I believe that this is 84. I am the math teacher that has no confidence when I do videos, so I'm just going to double check to make sure I got that right. Yes, that is 84. So 3x equals, right? And then I'm going to divide by 3. If you are struggling with the concept of having to solve for a number, again, come see me. So 84 divided by 3 is 28. They're going to give you a calculator on this, so don't freak out. There will be a calculator available on this question. So x equals 28. Are you done? No, you are not. So to go back to the beginning, okay, it tells you measure of angle 1 is x plus 96. And it says right here, find the degree of that measurement. So again, we have x plus 96. I know what x equals. So I'm going to say, I'm going to say 28 plus 96. So 28 plus 96 is 124. So this is 124 degrees. Now, a couple ways you can go through this. You can say, to find measure of angle 2, you can say 180 minus 124. But we're going to check our work. By doing that, we're going to put that into the second equation. So 2x, right? 2 times x, which is 2 times 28. 2 times 28 is 56. So this is 56 degrees. So again, if I've lost anyone, you are taking the answer you got here, and you're putting it into these equations to figure out what the number degree of these angles are. Okay, now, if you have extreme anxiety and always have to double check your work, you can just quickly add these two together, and if they equal 180, which in this case they do, you are correct. Okay, if they don't, you need to go back. So that's all you have to do for this question. Yes, I know this is a long video, but I actually have to explain this question the most. So hopefully this is helpful. I know it talks about everything, but some of y'all need that. So if you have any more questions or you really need to see this question again, come let me know, and you should be fine. So good luck, guys.